Hi, this is Belinda Colubriale and this is Talking High Performance with Belle. So I'm making this podcast for people who want to live their best life, people who know that there's more in them, but they just don't know how to get it. So there's a gap, something's missing, I'm making it for them.
Hi guys, and welcome to another month, which means another topic. And this month is all about momentum. And I thought ending the year and getting ready for 2024, momentum is a really good one because as everybody starts to slow down, in high performance, it's all about how do you, yes, take that rest, take that break, but also how do you feel like you're not losing momentum along the way? And that's what this month is all about. And in a lot of my coaching calls at the moment and in talking to individuals in my network, I'm noticing that many people are feeling really exhausted and are really looking forward to the end of year break. And don't get me wrong, I love breaks as well, but not due to burnout. And I feel that that's where a lot of people are at the moment. That has been me in the past, yes, but definitely not anymore. And I look forward to breaks as a time to reset, to think, to write, to be a little bit more creative, and to spend more time with my family and friends, and also to hopefully get some sun. But you never know in Melbourne. And so momentum is really important to me in living that high performance life. And this is one of the fundamental differences when we talk about high performance living. So if you feel like you're exhausted at this time in the year, if you feel like, you may even be burning out, or if it's something that you've struggled with in the past and you feel like it's coming, then this episode is definitely for you. And when we talk about momentum, I want to talk about the significance that it plays in both our personal life, so, our lives away from work, but also in our professional life. And when we talk about momentum, what specifically are we talking about? And we're talking about, that force that pushes us to move forward, that, is like the fuel to our progress, that allows us to, feel more motivated, and that excites us and energizes us. And it's what allows us to work in flow. So we spoke about flow in previous episodes, and it's all about how do we work with ease and in flow, and that's all about developing momentum. So it's when we feel like we have traction and we're not on the hamster wheel, that we know that we're moving forward. It's when we have those goals that we're aiming for, or we're putting in steps in place that we know we're going to get somewhere and that nothing can distract us from our goal. And momentum is all about creating, what is that positive cycle where it's all those little small wins, all that effort that we've put in the past, all of a sudden starts to get magnified and starts to lead us to these bigger wins. And each success that we have, whether it be, tiny or we didn't even realize it was success in the past, it builds upon the last one and starts to create something really magical. And it's really essential to ensure that we recognize that, hey, this is, not by chance. It's the momentum that we've built that's really helped us to propel forward. And so heading into the end of the year, it's really important to continue this momentum, regardless of if you're having a break or if you're working straight through the busy period. Momentum, you want to end the year with fuel left in the tank. So you go into your break and you've got, the energy for your family and for your friends if you're taking a break, or you've got the energy to finish the year strong, to really set yourself up for the year ahead. And so I want to say, with more than half the tank full at a bare minimum, that's the aim. You want to have at least half the tank full and work towards filling that up again. So if you feel like you're a little bit down at the moment, that's okay. This month we'll aim to get that back up for you. And when we talk about living a life of momentum, it's a life of feeling like you're in control. And we know that there are certain things that we can control and certain things that we can't. And momentum is definitely something that we can control. And for me, that's really exciting in itself. And when we think about momentum in our personal lives, it really helps us to establish those, those positive habits and break free from those negative patterns that could be or could have held us back in the past. And it's about rewriting our story. It's about feeling that sense of purpose and that direction, and therefore making it really much easier to align our passions and pursue our goals. And it allows us to even tackle those challenges that maybe we would have shied away from in the past. And if you think about your life or your routines, do you feel like you have momentum at the moment? Like, where do you feel like you sit? And for myself, I've just recently started playing tennis again. And so I've got a coach and we play, one-on-one, and every time I finish, I'm just so happy. Mm-hmm. Like I love it. I need to work on my fitness, but that's a topic for another day. But I just really love it. And for me, it really helps to build that momentum. So creating things as part of your week or part of your month, or even if you can, as part of your day that you do to help you feel good, to help you, build that momentum and to keep it is really, really important. And some people would look at it and go, okay, you're playing tennis or you're playing whatever it is and it's taking away from your day and you're losing time. Whereas I almost encourage you to flip it and go, no, if I look after myself and I make myself feel better and I'm doing things that are, activating different parts of my body, it's much easier to maintain that momentum and to stay committed to a cause and to really maintain that positive mindset and cope with setbacks and bounce back quicker. And as we face exhaustion, or some people are facing exhaustion towards the end of the year, it's what are the baby steps we can put in place that really allow us to push forward, with greater momentum and with greater ease. And if you think about your professional life, so that's, personal life. If you think about your professional life, do you feel like you have momentum and that it's heading in the right direction, come the last couple of months of the year? And when we talk about living a high performance life, it's about holistic living. So you want things to be good, both parts, personally and professionally. You want to thrive. And momentum is a big part of that, and a big part that allows us to breed that success and instill that sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. And so when we talk about the opposite of momentum, so we've spoken about momentum and why it's important. The opposite of momentum is stagnation. And we talk about something that's hindering our development and our success, or that keeps us stuck from moving forward. And sometimes in this way of living, doing even the simple things can be really hard. So, if I think about myself, when I went through postnatal depression, it was really, really hard to picture yourself moving forward because you just feel stuck in where you are now and what you're doing. And it was that feeling of being stuck where I had no momentum. That's when you become exhausted and when you feel burnt out. And the same thing happened when I was in the process of selling my optical store. So the process was taking a while and I felt really stuck because I knew where I wanted to head, but I felt like I was being held back and couldn't make changes quickly as I wanted. So at the same time, I felt like I knew there was a process and I had to be patient, but it really stopped my building of momentum, and that was hard. So when we feel stuck, it's all about going, okay, you might feel stuck for a certain period of time, but you need to go, okay, what can I do that's going to help me even move the wheel a little bit? Or where do I need to be patient? So sometimes there are some things that we can move. Sometimes there are some things that we can't. So when we think about momentum then, it's the opposite of that feeling of being stuck. It's that catalyst for growth and provides us with the necessary drive and determination to overcome our obstacles and push beyond our comfort zones. And so when we feel like we're stuck, it's all about going, okay, I might be stuck in certain areas. Some things might not be in my control, but how can I build momentum with the things that are in my control? And for me, during postnatal, that was getting coaching, that was reading books, that was listening to podcasts. Like that was what was in my control. And when I started to move that, then all of a sudden life started to get easier. The same things when I was selling my optical businesses. What was in my control? I couldn't control the exact timing of the sale, but I could control how I was managing my time away from the business, what I was doing to set myself up, how I was having conversations with my current staff, and just the way that I wanted to leave. I was really mindful that I wanted to leave in a really respectful way because this is a company that had been really great to me. And it's all about that momentum, that's that force that empowers us to forge ahead towards those goals and aspirations, even if in certain areas we feel stuck. So, it's like I'm not a surfer, but if you're riding a wave and, momentum is, when you're on the top of the wave trying to go down, and sometimes you fall and there's different speeds and intensities, but it's how do you find the right wave, or how do you build that momentum to get you to that next level and create that sense of flow. And so how do you have that momentum mindset? Like, what are some ways that you can build momentum to help you accelerate forward in your own life. And I want to share with you 3 ways to do that today. And the first reason is someone with a momentum mindset believes that it's easier to break through barriers that would hold others back. So they use momentum to help overcome obstacles and challenges, and they're more likely to change path if something isn't working because they have that ability in themselves to be able to figure it out. The second reason is having momentum helps us to expand our horizons and open the doors to possibilities. So when we gain momentum, our confidence and our belief in ourselves soars, and it's much easier to step out of our comfort zones and explore things that we have not done before. And it's momentum that encourages us to take these risks and to try new things. And when we expand our horizons, we tap into this world of possibilities and unlock potential for growth, for success, and things to come our way that maybe we haven't even thought of before. And the third one is that a momentum mindset allows us to see that consistency and discipline are a must. And this is really, really important. So quite often you see someone successful and we just see the end result. We don't see all the work that they've put in, the years of training or the years of discipline or perfecting their craft and the effort that they've put in and day out. We just see the end result. But over time, these people have built routines, they've built them up daily, and these routines are aligning with these bigger goals. So by consistently taking these small steps, it allows momentum to stay on our side, and that is super, super important. And so if there's one thing that you take from today, it would be point 3, that consistency and discipline are a real must. And when we can stick to our path and when we create this cycle where momentum fuels our motivation, it's an absolute game changer. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Building momentum into our daily lives is such an important part in allowing us to move forward with ease in achieving our goals, both personally and professionally. And for me, the building of momentum has been a game changer for myself, starting with my mornings, and it's completely revolutionized how I live and how I think and how I feel. So I'm really excited about this month. And next week, I'm going to be talking about this topic even more, and I'll be chatting to you about how to master momentum in the different areas of your life. So until then, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Belle.